the customer wanted to update his battery setup. After last year, he was able to successfully run his air conditioner and everything else. He wanted to now not just only have, say, 500 watts of solar, he wants to go all the way up to 5,000 watts of solar. This inverter charger already has 4,000 watts capability. This is all in a 24 volt setup. And once we start going up to such a high amount of solar or even charging or discharging where we're really over 150 amps, then we need to bring in another battery just to share that load. And with this, my mentality is always that let's not just start all over again. Let's just take what you have and add to it. So that's where this one will come into be, and we'll just kind of put the two batteries into parallel just simply by using an Anderson connector. Doing that doesn't mean that both batteries will always be at the same charge or discharge, but reasonably close. And after playing with it for a little while, you can decide, okay, I need to add an extra 5 to 10 amps charger for it, or the opposite, so that as it goes through its cycle, you try to keep both pretty close. 80% out of the box without having to do a thing is generally close enough. And without a doubt, it's sharing that load. Now that you can do a 200 load, and now at 100, it's really comfortable for both batteries. This inverter charger, we also updated the control panel here, so it has breakers in it. So the breakers are not only for the AC in, AC out, but also for the PV. And I'll do a close-up of this. And it also now has the ability to, with relays, there's two relays, for the one for the AC, one for the DC, which is the PV. The idea is let's say you're not watching the charge, and let's say you the battery gets to completely full, and then the unfortunate thing is then the battery BMS has to disconnect everything, which also means shutting down the inverter. So it's not only on the load side, but it's also on the charge side. And that's just the way every battery with a BMS works. But with this electric Docus, we can do better than that. So we can now dictate, because it has many it has 4 to 6 open or closed circuits that you can designate for different things. And one we haven't touched yet, which would be for a generator. So you can have a traditional inverter charger has what they call dry contacts that would start your generator when it gets down to a low voltage. Well, the Electrodocus can do that as well. Now, using an optocoupler and a step-up converter, we can also control 12 volt DC breakers or contacts, and that's what we've done here. So when the battery gets fully charged, it will not have to disconnect everything, but better, it'll just disconnect the charge. And the inverter stays on and all the loads stay on, and you wouldn't even know anything's happening. Traditionally, you're watching and you're saying, okay, I've got a 90% charge of battery, I could put more loads on it. So you would say, take that, say your refrigerator is a 3-way, and take it off the propane and just put it on the battery. Oh, I'm still able to manage that load? Heck, let's just now turn on the water heater. Let's take it off of propane or AC in, and let's convert it and use it on DC. And that's how you would manage it. Now, if you got 5,000 watts and you're not running the air conditioner, hey, you're going to charge that battery up fully. So hence the reason why we can now control that and never have the lights go off or anything all die because the BMS. Who wants to have a fully charged battery and not able to use your inverter? So this is just stepping things up. Now, with a smarter inverter, say a Victron, we can communicate with it, but in this case, we can just take any inverter without any special functions that it has. That's why they cost half or even less. And this one we can still control. So with this battery, but before I get to this, show this battery off, let's talk about going into a 12 volt into your trailer. So without having to change your trailer to a 24 volt, which is possible, leave it. You got your batteries, let's keep them. We can buy something as inexpensive as this 24 to 13.8 converter, and this will supply 47 amps to this 600 watts. That'll run everything that your coach has. So whether it's the lights or whether it's the fan to start up on your furnace, that's all covered by these batteries. So you're just going to leave them. Just leave them. And you can do it two different ways. You can either have it so that the batteries are still involved, or sometimes it's better because lead acid batteries are inefficient to charge. Just disconnect it and charge this directly to this device and have it feed the loads whenever it needs. This is kind of like a surge protector, shall we say, but either way, try both. Just see how it goes. So this character here will also be able to do, so you got 4,000 watts for PV. It has two more 20 amp PV. This one has two 40 amp PV. So we're talking well over 5,000 watts. And it also has the same ability to control more expensive inverters. So here's your 24 volt setup. Again, we've got two BMSs in here. One's on the negative and one's on the positive side, using a relay to disconnect the loads whenever the battery is fully charged. This here is the PV in, and 50 amps per side, but I limited it down to 40 amps. Now this has a breaker here, and this one has two. Just have to trust me. So power going this way or power going this way. So you got 100 amps breaker on this one, and you got a 60 amp. So it's the Blue Sea, and if you know the cost of what a Blue Sea breaker is, they're not cheap. They're generally over $100, $100 to $150. And I just wanted to share that setup. Thanks.